Hello, welcome to BioGreat TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Major natural resources in Mauritania. Mauritania is an African nation situated at the northwest corner of the continent. It covers an area of 400,000 square miles and a population of 4.3 million, according to the 2016 estimates. It is the 11th largest country in Africa. The country's name is derived from the ancient Berber kingdom of Mauritania, which existed from the 3rd century BCE into the 7th century CE in the far north of modern-day Morocco and Algeria. Approximately 90% of Mauritania's land is within the Sahara Desert. As a result, the population is mostly concentrated in the south. The capital and largest city of Mauritania is Nouakchott, which is located on the Atlantic coast and is home to around one-third of the country's 4.3 million people. Some of the natural resources found in Mauritania include oil. Going by the estimates of 2011, Mauritania's oil reserves accounted for about 0.01% of the global oil reserves. Considered as Africa's newest oil producer, oil was first discovered in Mauritania in 2001 at the Chinguetti oil field. The field is estimated to contain about 700 million cubic feet of oil. Initially, Chinguetti produced 75,000 barrels of oil each day, but due to geological challenges, oil production later decreased. Two other oil fields were discovered in 2003. Yet another was also discovered 2 years later in 2005, and even bigger discovery was made in 2006 when roughly 950 million barrels of oil reserves were discovered in the Atlantic Ocean. After the discovery, the Mauritanian government planned to increase its oil production to 30,000 oil barrels per day. But by 2016, Mauritania produced only 6,000 barrels of oil each day. Agriculture. Mauritania's agricultural sector is a very important one to the nation and employs about half of the country's workforce despite the small size of its arable land. In 2014, the arable land in Mauritania accounted for just about 0.44% of the country's total land area. Much of the agriculturally productive land in Mauritania is situated close to the country's oases. Irrigation is a common practice in the country and is mainly concentrated in the basin of the Gogol River. Despite having one of the poorest agricultural bases in West Africa, the Mauritanian government estimated that agriculture contributed 14% of the country's GDP in 2012. Millet and sorghum were Mauritania's main crops, closely followed by rice and corn. Rice production in the 1970s averaged 5 to 10%, but in the 1980s, rice production grew in importance due to the fact that the national planning emphasized irrigated agriculture, which favored rice. A change in the dietary habits of the people also influenced the increased importance of rice. To improve the country's agricultural sector, the government has partnered with the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, and the organization has urged Mauritanian farmers to practice drip irrigation, which is a system of irrigation that conserves a lot of water. Livestock. Livestock farming is quite prominent in Mauritania, especially in the rural areas. 70% of Mauritania's population were involved in livestock keeping as at the late 1970s. Some of the animals kept by Mauritanian farmers include camels, sheep, and cattle. The most common cattle kept in Mauritania is the short-horned zebu, commonly known as the Moray. According to the government, 85% of the country's cattle population is made up of the Moray. Unfortunately, the climate of the country limits the areas where livestock can be raised. Minerals. Mauritania has a broad collection of minerals which play a significant role in the economy. The minerals include gold, copper, and iron, among others. Mauritania's mineral industry is one of the most important industries in the country, and it accounted for 17.2% of the country's gross domestic product in 2014. Several agencies have been set up by the Mauritanian government to regulate the mining sector of the country. One of them is the Department of Mines and Geology. The department is responsible for giving out mining and exploration licenses. The government has also put in place a number of incentives to attract organizations to invest in the country's mineral sector. For instance, companies are exempted from custom duty on their equipment during exploration. Though not necessarily a natural resource, Mauritania is home to an impressive geological structure known as the Richat structure. It is also called the Eye of the Sahara or the Blue Eye of Africa. When looked at from space, it appears as a clear blue eye-like structure. The circular structure, which is about 50 kilometers wide, remains a geological mystery and a source of myth, as it is sometimes associated with the legendary lost city of Atlantis. Which have we missed out of these resources? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.